Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.
Hello and welcome to Nirmal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral. We have with us Riya Singh, technical analyst, Currencies, joining in. Welcome to the show, uh, Riya. My first question, Riya, coming to you is with regards to where the rupee goes. It seems set for the longest winning streak of 2020. It's gained the most in the past 2.5 months. Where do you see it moving from here on?
So talking about the rupee, I think the momentum in the rupee is quite spurred by the buying, the FII buying that is happening in the local stocks. So yes, we have seen quite a gain in the past week. Also in the current week, it is testing 73.30 levels, which is the most in the second, in the past 2 months. But looking at the overall, the strength of the rupee compared to the other emerging market currencies, so it is still ending on a very weaker note compared to the other emerging market currencies. It is around 2.4%, weaker this year. So this is probably because continuous intervention that the rupee has witnessed from the central bank in this year due to the pandemic situation. And going forward, I think if you look at the factors, the if the healthy flows continues into the domestic market, we will definitely see rupee gaining support from the inflows. But also, if you look at the nation's balance of payments, which is seeing a surplus of around 96 billions, there is an inflow that is happening, but the export is still restricted. This is why we are seeing quite a surplus in the balance of payments and the current accounts surplus. But if the robust portfolio and the FDI investments continues, I think we will definitely see rupee gaining strength. And I think going forward, if there is an economic pickup, the inflation comes down a bit, the intervention from the RBI will slow down, and we can see the liquidity that the RBI is giving so far getting contracted and so forth. So I think this year it will end around 73.30 and so forth, but the coming year is for the rupee, it may gain strength.
Right. With this, another thing is that a lot of speculative traders are ending the year doubling down on their bets against the dollar. How do you see the dollar performing from here on?
See, I think the major reason behind the fall back into the dollar is obviously the progress that is happening with the vaccine, with the COVID-19 vaccine. I think this is the major bearish sentiment. This is the major factor that is fueling the bearish sentiment among the traders and the market. And plus, the delay into the fiscal relief is another thing, because it was due to be signed, but it has not been done so far. So there is a speculation that the fiscal stimulus may increase a bit. There can be an addition into the fiscal stimulus.
Hmm.
This is also driving the dollar down. And if you look at the Fed take on it, I think the monetary policy, they are quite working on the monetary policy right now, the framework of it,
Hmm.
and they have been very patient with the rates, I think. And though they have committed that they won't be raising rates anywhere near soon, but I think if the COVID-19 vaccine phase plays out really well and there is a pickup into the economy, we can see Fed acting on the rates more sooner than later. Uh, Plus, if you look at the addition that has happened into the voting rights with respect to the rates into the Fed policy, framework, I think there have been more dovish, voters now. So this is another thing that I think everyone should look out for. What will be their a new approach to the policy with the voters getting the dovish voters getting into the voting rights party. So this is another thing that I think we'll be looking forward to from the Fed. But going forward, I think the bearish tone will remain on the dollar. and it will be under, under pressure. I think the pickup won't come soon.
Right. So, if we say that the pressure will continue, if you have to talk about the dollar and the yen pair as well, even the dollar has been losing its hold against the yen. How do you see this equation moving, and what's the view on the yen from here on?
So, see, yen gained traction because of the massive fall in the dollar index. So, fall in the dollar index has fueled into the strength of the emerging markets, as well as into yen and the other basket currencies of the dollar index. So, fall in the dollar is one of the major boost into the other pairs.
Mm,
But if you look at the yen, I think the statements that had come forward from the Bank of Japan, so they are quite committed to working the policy framework, and the statements that they have released is quite triggered towards not letting the economy fall back into the deflation, which they have struggled for so long after the for so long after the World War. So I
mm,
think their take with respect to the policy and their steps is working quite into the favor of the yen on a
mm,
shorter term. But obviously, when their official statements will come out, their minutes will come out, this will be more reliable source to act on the yen and to get a view on the yen. But I think right now it will be into a green zone, and it may even test beyond 100, taking into consideration the fall in the dollar.
right. So, what were the strategies that you would want to recommend?
The strategies that one can look forward to is
Mm,
obviously into the rupee. So if you look at the intraday session and from the past session, I think even if you look at the RBI action, they have bought around 100 billion, bonds into rupees and so forth. So I think the RBI is quite working towards not letting the rupee appreciate much, and 73.30 is the range that the RBI is working around. So 73.30, 73.25 is a major support into the rupee right now. If there is a bounce back that has to come, it will come from this level. So definitely look out for the support level. A breach of this will definitely lead rupee to a 73, 72,
mm,
75. So the coming year target on a shorter term to medium term for the rupee will be 72, 75. So look for a breach of 73.25 to go short into the rupee towards the target of 73.10, 73, and then 73.75. You can maintain a strict SL of around 73.50. But if there is a bounce back and the RBI intervention does come, we can definitely see rupee again working its range that it has maintained throughout this, in the coming three, throughout the past three
mm.
peaks of 73, 75. So that is the major upside that you can recollect if there is a bounce back that has come forth. Talking about the yen, I think JPY INR will gain a positive momentum, and you can definitely buy into the yen. If you look at the, in the today's trading session, it has been on a stronger note as compared to the rupee. So definitely you can buy into the yen above 71.05 for a target of 71.15, 71.25 for a shorter to intraday trading session. Maintain a strict SL of 70.90. As far as pound goes, I think there can be a smaller term bullish gain that can come into the pound because of the weakness of the dollar and the small, the bullish sentiment revolving around the whole Brexit thing. So I think pound can gain from the downer side if it maintains the support of 99.90. You can definitely buy into the pound GPB INR for a target of 125. Keep a strict SL of 99.75 for going long into the pound.
Right. Thank you, Riya, for sharing those strategies and those views. And thank you, everyone, for joining in as well. And Happy New Year to everyone. And we will see you back again next week. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year to everyone. Bye.